everyone. I hope you're all having a great summer still and that you're enjoying the warm weather we've been having. It's really been beautiful. As you can see today, I'm in my bathroom because we're going to do a little science experiment, and I wanted to make sure that the cleanup was not too bad. So I am right above the sink, and so we're going to be using vinegar, some soap, and some baking soda, and some food coloring. So I just, if you're under about 9 or 8 years old, I recommend having a parent with you or an older sibling with you. Vinegar is what we call acidic, and it can slightly sting or burn, so we just want to be really careful when we're handling the vinegar and just make sure you have a parent or an older sibling with you. So that being said, we are going to talk about the quality of joy today. So when we talk about spirit or God or source of life, we talk about that source and that spirit as having certain qualities. So we think of God as love, we think of God as joy, we think of God as peace. So today we're going to talk about the joy of God or the joy of spirit. So in order to do that, we're going to do a little science experiment. So I want you to take a moment to think about joy and think about how it feels in your body. Joy is like happiness or excitement. So I know for me, when I feel joyful, I feel like a bubbling excitement inside of me. So we're going to do an experiment today that kind of shows us what that bubbling feeling might look like if we were to use some materials. So we're going to start by putting about a tablespoon of vinegar into a dish. You can use whatever small dish you'd like. I recommend using a small dish. And I'm going to eye it. I'm going to put about a tablespoon, but feel free to use a measuring spoon if you want to do exactly a tablespoon. I'm just going to kind of look with my eyes about a tablespoon. So you can see here I have about a tablespoon of vinegar. Baking soda. And here I've poured some white distilled vinegar into this little cup so that I can easily pour. So I want you to see, this is going to be the base. So this is our baking soda, and this is what we call the love of spirit and the love of God. And so when we add a little bit of vinegar, a little bit of joy, let's see what happens to the love of God. Whoa! Let's see again. Whoa! Look at all that fizzing. And go ahead and do it yourself and see how it fizzes. So when we add a little bit of joy into that love, we definitely get some excitement, some movement, some bubbling. And so I think of that in the world when we're joyful and when we're in the love of God, we have all this excitement and energy to be able to create things and to be able to have fun and play and enjoy our lives. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of water to another container. So go ahead and do that. And I'm going to take some food coloring. So when I think about joy, I think about there's other things that help us be joyful, like being thankful for what we have helps us be joyful. So when I think of that, I think of the color orange, and you can pick whatever color you want. And so I'm going to take that color and I'm going to add it to our water mixture. So that's going to be a little bit of thankfulness, and you'll see here there's a little bit of an orange color to it. You can add as much food coloring as you like, about a little over a teaspoon or so. And again, you can use your eyes to just judge, or you can use measuring spoons. That's really up to you. Next, I'm going to take a little liquid soap and I'm going to add it to another container. And in this container, we're going to choose another quality that we feel helps us be joyful. So I know that for me, kindness really helps me feel joyful, and it helps me be joyful. So kindness to me, I think of the color pink and red, just the color of love, and love is really a part of kindness as well. So I'm going to choose the color red. Again, you can choose whatever color you'd like. And I'm going to pour this color, about a teaspoon or so of this color, into our soap. All right. And then so you can see we have our little bit of kindness, a little bit of thankfulness, and we have our base here of love and joy. So at this time, I'm going to ask that we just add a little bit more about another tablespoon, a little bit more baking soda to our base of love and joy. I'm just going to add a little more there, okay? And we're going to start to stir this up a little bit. So I'm going to use a Q-tip, but you can use whatever you'd like to stir it up. So first I'm going to stir up my water and my thankfulness, and then I'm going to stir up my soap and my kindness. And we're going to add it to our base of love and joy. So I'm going to add a little bit first of our liquid soap, and then I'm going to add a little bit of our water with our thankfulness. And then what I'm going to do is, so now we have thankfulness, we have kindness, we have love and joy, all in one mixture. And I'm going to add a little bit more vinegar now. I'm going to hold it up so you can see it. We'll see what happens. Whoa, so cool. Look at it rise. So I encourage you to do this yourself so that you can really see it. And look at the beautiful colors. I mean, we've got this mixture of orange and reddish pink fizzing and moving, and it definitely reminds me of that love of spirit, that joy of spirit that is in our hearts, and just the bubbling excitement that we get when we connect with that joy and connect with that spirit. And I know right now, we're in a time of change, and a lot of things are not happening how they normally happen, right? And so joy and love can help ground us in the truth of who we are. So I just invite you to take this science experiment in and use it as a way to celebrate life and celebrate the joy and love of spirit that is in our hearts. I sent out joyfulness cards in an email to your parents, and I invite your parents to read you those joyful cards now, or if you're able to read, you can read the card to yourself and just take in the message that it brings. And so I hope you had fun playing with me today in our fun science experiment. I want to note that this experiment and this lesson was developed by our beloved Bethany. And I just want to say thank you to Bethany. This has been an awesome lesson, and what a treat. And I just want to let all of you know that my family wishes you and yours the best. And I just can't wait again until we can be in person. But for now, reach out to me anytime. And I just send you all blessings of love on your path. Thank you so much for being with me today.